Eric Muathe at Muathe.com. Let's take a look at a stock here that is making the news today, being September 28th, 2015. You can see here it's the talk of the news media, reporting it's down an additional 26% for today's gain. It's a UK-based stock, and so it seems like the stock is in trouble. And so I want to take a look at the charts to see what the charts were saying prior to today's drop of about 26%. So let's go to the chart to begin by taking a look at the weekly chart. And so we see that it is down about 25%, this being a Monday, September 28th. And just keep in mind a couple of observations here. Ever since about the beginning of July, the stock has been trading below that magic number of 30.90. I always say when you see a stock drop below 30.90, you want to stay away. And that was when the price was at about 230, 220. Since then, stocks trading at about in the lower 70s. Why? Because it has remained below 30.90. So there is your cue that the stock wasn't one that you needed to hold. So the drop and the continued drop is not really a surprise from a technical standpoint. Take a look at the other things that we do follow here. Rejection at the 50 line on the daily RSI gave you that high. That's a sign of a stock that is not trading well. We also see that there was another rejection at the 50 level of the weekly RSI for those highs. Rejection again here for these highs, here, sorry. And now we also had uniform activity above the 50 level and back below it for these eventual highs. So lots of reasons here to have been skeptical about the stock. Keep in mind, we also see that it was showing resistance at a declining 10-week moving average throughout this drop. So before this hit the news today, the stock was already bearish, to be very honest. Now, there's another way you can take a look at the sell signal. Recently was this breakpoint coming off the highs in September of 2014 on this weekly chart. Somewhere around here, we can draw a line from there, which is a uniformity line, and it can give us a sell signal area. And you can see this did not fail. Take a look at that rejection right there, which is off this high here. And since then, we see that the stock really has gone on a major drop. So no surprise there. Let's take a look at what the MACDs have been saying. And to be honest here, we see that number one, we went above the zero line with uniform activity and back below it during this uniformity rejection, which also happens to be where the RSI did confirm resistance. So lots of reasons here for this stock to have been giving us sell signal there on the RSI. MACDs went above zero, back below it with uniform action. All right, and take a look at the main MACD was smacked and rejected at the zero line. So there's a zero line, MACD was rejected there, and that's another signal and another evidence of the stock that was already in trouble. In fact, if we take a look at the monthly chart, we can see that, boy, this had already dropped. So let's take a look at the MACDs here and the RSI. Take a look at when the stock did finally break and move to 3-year lows on the monthly, which is the classic sell signal here. So we can say that was sometime in July. Stocks trading at the time at about 200, 230, somewhere around there. It also happens that at the time when it moved to 3-year lows, it also cracked and moved below RSI level of 30.9. There is your major sell signal, moving to 3-year lows. And not only that, you moved below 30.90. That's a major sell signal. We see that the ultimate Muathe breakdown, if you can call it that, this failure here also corresponded with the RSI moving to 3-year lows. I mean the MACD, excuse me. MACD moved to 3-year lows, and it not only did the MACD move to 3-year lows, we see that it was also below zero. Also, keep in mind, we had failed to move back above zero in the prior months. So lots of reasons here for this chart already being bearish. We can also see on the price during all these breaks of the RSI and the MACD, there was a break right here in the price. We see here ever since the stock broke down on the monthly to fresh monthly closing lows at about 250, stock's been down there. So even with today's move, where it is now the news story during this short period here, this drop today, but in truth this was already in major bear market territory, having moved to fresh 3-year lows on the monthly and on the MACDs, and also trading below 30.90 in the subsequent months. So this was already in bear market territory. The things we talk about can really help you stay away from the stocks that might make the news stories on a bearish front in the coming weeks, in the coming months, or in the future. So if you pay attention to what your RSIs, MACDs are doing on the monthlies and the weeklies predominantly, you might be able to avoid being part of this massive plunge. Eric Muathe, Muathe.com. As always, good luck, peace, and blessings. Woo! E-A-C-S. Woo! All right. Take care, guys. On to the next one. See you on the other side. Or maybe on the next video. Good luck. Blessings, 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 blessings.